Pisces. Hello, Pisces. This is Adrienne Obi, Capricorntigress of astrologyalookinside.com. And I'm coming to you with your horoscope for the month of January 2020. Okay, so where do we start, Pisces? Well, we start in Capricorn because that's where all the planets are going to be. Actually, the sun is in Capricorn as of, well, tomorrow, I believe. Today is the 20th of December, and Capricorn moves into, or the sun moves into Capricorn tomorrow. So as of tomorrow, we're going to have the sun in Capricorn, Jupiter in Capricorn, Saturn in Capricorn, Pluto in Capricorn, and on the 26th, we're going to have the last new moon of the decade. Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it, when you think about it? Not just the year, but of the decade. So the last new moon will be in the sign of Capricorn. It'll be occurring at 4 degrees of Capricorn. And this is going to be in your 11th house of hopes and dreams and wishes. It also rules like groups and association and organizations and clubs and friends and friendships and, things like that. But I always think of it as the house of hopes and dreams and wishes. And I feel that a lot of Sages really could get their hopes and dreams and wishes met. I really think this can happen in the area of did I say Sages? Pisces, because this puts uh, some of the emphasis in the 11th house, okay, for you. It puts the Capricorn in the 11th house for Pisces, okay? I'm talking to Pisces. So the thing is, in the month of January, uh, as of the 26th, as I mentioned, the solar eclipse and new moon will be happening in that 11th house. As of the 28th, Mercury joins those planets in Capricorn in that 11th house. That's a packed 11th house. Now, there's a couple of things that could be happening because the North Node is down in the 5th house right now in Cancer. And one of the things that could be happening is that your love life could be affected by this. I mean, I wouldn't be, I can't not say this, okay? Because all of that 11th house is opposing the 5th house. So just because of the placement alone, it's emphasizing the 5th house. It's either going to affect your love life in a good way or it's going to affect your love life in a bad way. But it's going to affect your love life. You might feel like you ain't got one. I mean, you may, but I'm just saying it definitely could affect it. Just be aware of this so you don't freak out about this because this is what's going down. Uh, yeah. Now, Mars is actually going to be moving into Sag on the 3rd of January. That's your 10th house. You guys are going to have Mars in your 10th house in January. That is insane. Now, I don't know if your mind thinks like my mind, but between all those acquaintances and associates and friends you made in the 11th house, and Mars sitting up in the career sector, in the social house, you Pisces have the ability to do some amazing things socially. This could literally be on social media, or it could just be any type of social venture or social thing that you're doing. I mean, I think in popularity with Mars in the 10th. This is, I mean, and yeah, this is a time I think of making friendships. And I would take this month to reach out and start building on these friendships because they're going to be major. The other thing is that there's going to be a full moon in Cancer on the 10th. There's a lunar eclipse. It's going to be hitting your 5th house of love and romance and dating and taking chances and gambling and children and entrepreneurship. But I think of romance and children a lot when I think of the 5th house. Um, it's known for creativity, starting creative things. So you could be filled with creative ideas, really. With Neptune and Pisces in the first house, and then on the 13th, Venus is going to go into Pisces. Wow. You're going to have Neptune and Venus in the first house. You guys are going to be so creative, especially with, you know, because there's basically until the 24th, there's 2 weeks of emphasis in that Cancer full moon essence, until the new moon on the 24th. So I really hope that you guys take advantage of this creative Cancer watery vibe. I mean, that Cancer full moon is going to trine a lot of you Pisces anyway. But then, with this Venus coming into Pisces and Neptune into Pisces, your actual self, you may feel more beautiful. You may feel more creative, not just what you're creating, but the essence of you. You might feel the change in the beauty in you. And that's gorgeous, gorgeous. Now on the 12th and the 10th, I don't think I mentioned this. Uranus is going to go direct in Taurus. And I think that is going to affect that Venus in Pisces. When Venus goes into Pisces in your first house. So I want you to be cautious of your communication, and maybe even how you communicate with your loved ones, stuff like that. Um, Also, Saturn is conjunct Pluto. That's in your 11th house. Saturn conjunct Pluto, that's power. You guys really do have a lot of powerful connections in your friend house. And I really think that you could or should use your connections to pursue or further whatever your hopes, dreams, and wishes are. Okay. On the 16th, Mercury goes into Aquarius. And on the 20th, the sun goes into Aquarius. And then on the 24th, there's going to be a new moon in Aquarius. And that's where the sun conjuncts the moon. And, that just tells me there is going to be a lot of emphasis in your 12th house. And normally I warn people about the 12th house when I see that because, I often call it the house of self-undoing and the hidden things and the secrets that cause the problems. But you're a Pisces and that's your house. And basically all of these planets, it's like coming home for you. The one thing that might really occur for Pisces is that you might find that your psychic ability has perked up some. Like you might feel that you are connected in some way, because that's a lot of 12th house. I mean, we're talking Mercury, okay, and the sun. So it's almost like you're going to have like a radio or like an antenna to the universe. And I think when the moon comes on the 24th, man, it's like you're going to tune in. And I hope you take advantage of that and be aware that, yeah, between the 20th and 24th or whatever, or 25th, I'm going to be extremely psychic and I might be able to pick up on the unknown things that, other people can't pick up on. If you're aware of it now, and who knows what kind of information that you can get from like divine spirit. I would take the time to write down any dream, any idea, anything that comes to you in the subconscious state or in the dream state. If something tells me you're going to get some great messages from that. Okay, well, Pisces, this has really been my take on January for you and how I believe it's going to affect you. And, of course, and it's all up in the air. Anything could happen because this is kind of general for all Pisces, right? But if you uh, have Pisces rising, this could be how it manifests for you, Pisces. So I wish all of you Pisces a very beautiful and happy holiday, a blessed Merry Christmas, a wonderful New Year, and may all your wishes come true. And they just might with all that 2020, in 2020, all that Capricorn, all that Capricorn. in 2020. All right. Much love and light to you, Pisces. Bye,